Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Radiantly Feminine podcast. If you're new here, my name is Mookie, and I have created this space to help other women grow by talking about important topics to help us level up internally, so that way we can easily upgrade our lives all by embracing our feminine energy. So today's episode is going to be about how I like to plan my week, so that way I can avoid burnout or feeling overwhelmed or anything like that. So yes, I am going to talk about the things that I do, but we are also going to be talking about things that you can implement into your weekly schedule. That way you can avoid feeling overwhelmed or avoid feeling burnout as well. So let's go ahead and get right into the episode. Planning out your week is important because it allows you to use your time intentionally rather than just reacting to whatever comes up. So you have more structure, you have a set schedule for things. Now, I myself am very type A, so obviously this makes sense to me to have structure and a schedule, but I think it allows you to use your time more intentionally. Even if you like to switch things up every now and then, and you're somebody that does not like to have a schedule, planning out your week will still be able to help you. Being able to plan out your week will stop you from being so reactive to things that come up. Even if you're not type A, I think that planning out your week is just what everybody should be doing in order to move towards their goals, reduce the stress that's in their life, prioritize what matters to you, create a life that actually supports your goals, and actually help you make progress to reaching your goals. So my week starts on Sunday, and I normally don't film on Sunday, but I was like, I have to get this episode out because I didn't release it on Friday because I just didn't really plan my week last week. So that way I can get this episode out on Friday like it's supposed to be. My week starts on Sunday, and Sunday is my reset day. So Sunday, I start off my day with a workout. I like to work out in the morning. It's usually a light workout. And after that, I will go straight to the grocery store to purchase the groceries that I need for the week. I do not like participating in overconsumption, so I will plan out my meals on a weekly basis. So today, after going to the gym and doing a light workout, I went to the grocery store, I purchased the groceries that I would need for this week, and then I got home and meal prepped. I did this before eating breakfast, I did this before showering, I did this before doing my skincare or makeup or getting ready to record this video. That was the first thing I did as soon as I got in the house, because I knew that if I put the groceries away, there was a strong likelihood that I would not prepare my meals. So I have to be very strict with myself because I am somebody that can drift off task and then forget what I was doing. So I have to, if I have it in my mind to do it, I have to do it right then and there, or at least not let anything distract me until I get that thing done. So after I meal prep for the entire week, I will then make my breakfast. I will shower and then prepare myself for the rest of the day. Now, the thing that is really important for Sunday is refilling my empties. So I am going to refill my supplement container, which just has the supplements planned out for each day. Now, I have two of these, one for the morning and one for the evening. The one in the evening sits on my nightstand. I recently learned that some supplements can cancel out other supplements. So let's say, for instance, you're taking calcium and collagen. Those specifically will cancel out each other because it will block absorption. So your body will not be able to absorb one of those vitamins. And I take my magnesium and calcium at night because they don't cancel out each other. And when you have vitamins that will block absorption for another vitamin, it's important that you have them spaced out by a few hours because, again, they will cancel it out and make it super redundant for you to even take it in the first place. It turns into a huge waste of money. So I take my daily supplements like my multivitamins, my prenatals. I don't plan those out because those are gummies. Now, I am not pregnant and I get a lot of feedback from people, not a lot of feedback, but I get some feedback from people saying, oh my gosh, are you planning on becoming pregnant, blah, blah, blah. No, I simply just take prenatals because I noticed a difference from when I did take them when I was pregnant. Even before I was pregnant, I would take prenatal vitamins because I know that they include a lot of the daily vitamins that you need. So I would take them before I was pregnant, and I continue to take them after I was pregnant. My hair is healthy when I'm taking them. My skin, my nails, everything's just a lot healthier. And I noticed the difference for when I'm not taking them. So I think my body does really like prenatal vitamins, and I will continue taking them. But I have them in the gummy form for the time being, so I don't prep those and put those in the container because they tend to melt and get all over the other supplements. So that and the other multivitamins I take will just be left in the container that they came in. So I refill those empties. Also, I have distilled water sitting in my room for when I want to use my aroma diffuser. And I keep that in a cute little glass bottle. I refill that when it's getting low on distilled water. And I also keep a spray bottle in my shower for me to just mist myself with glycerin and witch hazel. Witch hazel is good for if you are prone to oily skin or you're prone to acne breakouts on your body. It is also going to help with body odor. It's a lot like glycolic acid. So I pour witch hazel, just a tiny bit of witch hazel into my spray bottle, a lot of distilled water, and then I pour the glycerin. Now the glycerin is going to, I think it's called a humectogen or something. Don't quote me on that. It helps your body to stay hydrated because it holds on to moisture. So I specifically spray this on my body before I get out the shower because my body is still wet. And I'm careful not to use the, now you want to be careful if you want to try this mixture. Be careful not to get the witch hazel with alcohol. I got the witch hazel with alcohol, so it kind of like cancels out the glycerin in a little bit. Alcohol can be drying for your skin. So I use this mixture before I get out the shower, before I dry off. And this just allows my body to feel super soft. It allows my skin to feel super soft when I spray this on. And then after that, I will dry myself off. And then I will put on my skincare, like my lotion and my oils and all of that. On Sunday, since this is my reset day, this is going to be just preparing myself to have a better tomorrow. So I will make sure that all of my outfits are ready and available. Now I have this app called Ulta. I think it's pronounced Ulta, A-L-T-A. And this allows me to not only pick out my outfits, it has my entire wardrobe from jewelry, perfume, shoes, clothes. It has everything that I need to get dressed and prepared for the next day, all in one app. And it not only has my entire wardrobe in the app, but it also creates an avatar for me. So I can see what these outfits look like on myself without even trying it on. I absolutely love this app and you guys should try it. If you haven't, it's free. You do get a limited amount of avatars throughout the day, but I highly recommend it. It's so nice to have, and it just allows me to remember that I have clothes that I'm not actually wearing. So it can pick out your clothes for you if you like, but I'm somebody that likes to style my own things, so I pick out my outfits alone, but it does give you the option of picking your outfits out for you. So I absolutely love this app. And like I said, I'm type A, so this just takes one less thing off of my plate for me. So what I did is I planned out my entire month. We're in July, mid-July. I planned out my outfits for the entire month. I do not have to think about what I'm wearing for 30 whole days. Just think about that. Like, it's already prepared for me. All I have to do is just go into my closet, go into my drawers, and just pick out what I'm wearing for that day. And you could put multiple outfits in one day in case you have to change and just go to different events and whatnot. I absolutely love it. So this just allows me to plan my week. This is just one less thing to worry about. And then it allows me to plan for the week ahead without experiencing overwhelm. And on Sundays, I do like to have a weekly meeting with myself. I do this every Sunday because right now I am learning. I'm a life learner. I will consistently be learning. I'm consistently growing and improving myself. So one thing that I've picked up learning is learning more about the stock market. So on Sunday, I have a meeting with myself. It's a short meeting. I don't really time it, but I have a journal with pre-planned questions to go over and reflect what I learned throughout the week, so that way I can see how I'm improving with learning what I am focused on for that week. And for this week, it is learning more about the stock market. And then the last thing that I like to do once I get myself prepared for the entire week, now my reset day, it is light. This is doing more of the physical things to get ready for the week. But I do like to keep it light because this is a reset day, but it is also a rest day for me since it is the weekend. So the last thing I like to do on Sundays is just review my calendar. I need to just look over. I'm not planning anything. I try not to plan anything. I try not to add anything to the calendar. I try not to take anything off of the calendar. I simply just like to review it. So that way I can already just have it in my head what I will have to look forward to or what I have to plan for the week. So I just like to review it, skim over it, and just see what's on there. And then on Monday, that's when I will actually start doing the planning for the calendar and knocking some things off of the calendar. For me, on Mondays is clearing out that mental clutter. If I'm experiencing anything heavy, I will go ahead and tackle that on Monday. If there's anything that I've been avoiding, I will sit down. I have dedicated time to reflect on that on Monday. Now, I'm not saying that things don't come up throughout the week, but just planning out All of these things that I'm listing allows me to clear up space in my life for when things do come up. And then, like I stated earlier, this is stopping me from becoming super reactive to things because I already have basically everything planned out. On Mondays, that is when I write down my to-do list for the things that I need to get done. And then I also like to identify my priorities. I identify my priorities for the day, and then I identify my priorities for the rest of the week. So I split it into two groups. I have my must-dos and nice-to-do. My must-dos will include things that are more related to work or bills, and nice-to-do are things around the house or things that I need done for myself. These are things that can be done later on. They don't need to be done right away. But my must-dos, I try to tackle those on Mondays. And then before the end of the day, I do like to choose 3 goals that I would like to accomplish for the day. So let's say I want to read 10 pages from the book that's sitting on my nightstand. That's one goal. Another goal is going to the gym 3 times this week. Another goal is to reach out to friends or plan a social activity. That's my 3rd goal for the week. So I just try to keep it simple, but also just keep in mind that there are things that I need to accomplish for the week, and I just plan that out on Monday. And I also like to create focus blocks. So my focus blocks will be whether it's for professional, where I'm creating blocks throughout the day at work, or if I need focus blocks for myself. I have a focus block in the morning and evening to meditate. I also have a focus block to check in with myself and reflect on things that I've been avoiding or things that have been bothering me as of lately. Tuesday is a really good day. I like to plan around my energy. Now, I cycle sync, so Tuesday is really important because I'm planning around my energy for that week. I am going into my luteal phase, so right now, this Tuesday is really important because this is going to help me prevent burnout. Now, if you guys don't know, in your luteal phase, you are more prone to being tired. You lack a lot of energy because your hormones are really fluctuating before your menstrual cycle comes in. So Tuesday is when I'm planning my weekend plans. Like I said, I'm going into my luteal phase. So I do have to plan some time alone at home and not doing much for the weekend. Now, if I wasn't going to my luteal phase, I would probably plan a social activity for the weekend or be more extroverted for the weekend. I would plan for that. But I do like to plan my weekends on Tuesday so that way I have set plans for the weekend, and it also gives me something to look forward to and helps me get through the rest of the week. On Tuesday, I will plan my workouts. How many workouts am I doing? This week, I'm doing the minimum because I know I'm going to be tired. I know I'm not going to have as much energy as the previous weeks. So I will do 3 workouts for the week, and I probably already did it on Monday because I have bar classes on Monday. And planning around my energy also includes planning to say no and just reminding myself that it's okay not to have an answer right when somebody is asking a question. It's okay to just think about it. So on Tuesdays, I just do a reflection to just remind myself, hey, it's okay to say no, or it's okay not to have an answer right away. And then on Tuesday, I like to just make sure I'm not overbooking things. I will probably do a review of my calendar again, and just keeping in mind when people are asking me to hang out or do things with them, I'm just making sure that I'm not overbooking, and again, just planning ahead based on my energy levels, just depending on like how I was feeling on Sunday and Monday. Was I feeling more introverted or more extroverted? And so I just take that into account for when I am making sure that I'm not overbooking and planning out the rest of my week. Now, Wednesday is hump day. So this is the fun day. This is the day that you have something planned. This is something that I pre-plan to do. It just allows me to have something to look forward to at the beginning of the week on Sunday. So whether it's going out or having a nice treat, it's just something small and simple to plan. And so Wednesday is considered my fun day where I'm more relaxed, but also just keeping in mind that life isn't all work, and discipline. It's important to have fun and do nice things for yourself. And Thursday is cleaning and self-care day. Now, a friend of mine said that she likes to do her laundry on her work from home days, and I also telework on Thursday. So I was like, oh, that's such a good idea. I started doing my laundry on Thursdays, so that way when I am sitting at home working, I can do my laundry then. And then also it just clears up my weekend, and I don't have to worry about doing chores on the weekends or on my reset day. Also, after doing laundry or before doing laundry, just on Thursday, I plan on deep cleaning. Now, I am somebody who cleans on a daily basis. When I take something out and I use it, I make sure I put it back so that way clutter isn't just building up and accumulating. I clean the kitchen and bathroom on a daily basis just by wiping the surfaces off. I do have a cat, so I do like to make sure everything is clean. I will lint roll the couch every day just to make sure everything is clean. So on the deep cleaning days, there's not much for me to do. It's pretty much all clean. There's going to be dusting and, getting behind crevices and in between surfaces and just cleaning surfaces that I normally don't clean on Thursday. But it's a lot easier, it's a lot quicker, and there's less to do. So like I said earlier, this is just about planning to have a better tomorrow, and this is just setting yourself up to be less overwhelmed and avoid feeling burnout before the week is over. For the self-care part, I wash my hair on a weekly basis. So Thursday, after I'm done working, I will take everything shower and wash and deep condition my hair. And now I used to be a sew-in girly. I loved getting a sew down, like super cute, but I have transitioned to U-part wigs and half wigs and quick weaves on occasion. I have to wash my hair on a weekly basis. So having my hair done in a sew-in was not beneficial to me because I couldn't really clean my hair or my scalp the way that it needed to be clean. I know it's possible to wash your hair when you do have a sew-in, but I always take the sew-in out after I wash it because it just doesn't feel right. Like it still feels like there's dirt and sweat on my hair, and me being a gym girly, I am in there sweating. So it makes sense for me to wash my hair every week. And sometimes I feel like there needs to be washes in between that 7 days. But I just started prioritizing scalp care, hydrating my scalp, hydrating my hair, finding products that work for my hair and my scalp, because I do tend to have dry scalp. I sweat. And I think that the sweat and dirt start to build up if you leave it for too long. So this is my way of just making sure that my hair and scalp are healthy and staying healthy. And Friday is more of my reflection and relaxation day. Now, we're towards the end of the week and kicking off the weekend. So Friday is typically my rest day. I don't usually work out on Fridays, and I like to reflect on the things that happen throughout the week. So Friday, I will check my budget, check my bank account, check my budget sheet, and seeing what I am able to spend on the weekend. And I like to do this because it just allows me to stay in check. It doesn't allow me to overspend, and it allows me to keep my finances all in order. And I have a gratitude journal that I will do specifically on Fridays, so that way I can just reflect on the good things that happen throughout the week. So it can be something as small as somebody opening the door for me or somebody letting me merge in front of them. I just like to reflect on those little things so that way I am not taking them for granted and I am able to be more present as well. And then Saturday is my rest and recovery day. So this is where I will do a relaxing activity like doing a jigsaw puzzle or a crossword puzzle. I really like Sudoku. So I literally yesterday turned on a cute rom-com, made a nice and healthy snack, and did Sudoku. And I also like to get outside, be around nature, be in the sun, and drink lots of electrolytes on Saturday because, again, this is my rest and recovery day before I go into my reset day. That is my week, and this is how I like to plan my week. Now, there are things that I do that I did not mention, but those are more sporadic things that are more go with the flow type of things. But these are the basics of my weekly planning, so that way I can avoid overwhelm and burnout. For you, after watching this video, I would like to challenge you to create a weekly ritual for yourself. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. You don't have to plan something for every day, even though I highly recommend you do, because it just makes having structure that much more easier. But if you're somebody that wants to be more structured and doesn't know how, or you just have a really hard time sticking to it, definitely take some things that I've said to create your own weekly ritual, and I promise you, you will see a difference. You will start moving towards that goal of being more structured. So I want to conclude this episode by saying productivity should add to your piece, not take away from it. So that is it for this episode. If you loved it, please feel free to leave a review, comment, and rate the show. And also feel free to share it with a friend or somebody that you think would benefit from hearing the information that I shared today. I love you guys so much for being here, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.